What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here. This one kind of coming out of the blue, not gonna lie. This happened Wednesday early afternoon. Recording this Wednesday late afternoon. We'll go up Thursday morning for the normal daily video. But CSG has decided to change their prices. And you're probably thinking, awesome, sweet, more competitive prices. Well, not so fast, my friend. Their prices are going up, not down, which I find quite interesting. As the new kid on the block, they still really haven't grabbed a ton of market share. They are the cheapest available grading option out there, and they still are even with the price increase. But it just looks like bad optics, in my opinion, to increase prices when everyone else is clamoring for cheaper grading prices from the big boys. Let's run through what happened, and then we'll pontificate on some stuff after the fact. So the big ones that really affect most people are economy, bulk, and standard, most likely. I don't know a lot of people that were using walkthrough and unlimited walkthrough for CSG and Express even. But previously, bulk was $12. Economy was $20. Those are now $15 and $25. So $3 and $5 card increases. Standard was $30, goes to $35. Express was $60, goes to $70. Walkthrough was $125, goes to $150. Unlimited walkthrough was $125 plus 1% fair market value to $150 plus 1% fair market value. And they do have max declared values, a lot like how PSA does for their stuff. So they're a lot of people give PSA crap for that. CSG does it too. So $12 a card, a lot of people really liked using them for $12 a card for lower end stuff. And I think they did quite well on some of that lower end stuff. Now, I've never done that. I've never played that game. But I am curious for you folks that have had success doing the, low end flip game with them at $12 a card. How do you feel about this going to 15? It doesn't sound like a lot, but on this lower end stuff, that can make a pretty big difference. So I am very curious, for those of you actively using CSG, what are you thinking on this? Did this catch you off guard? Are you surprised by this? And this goes into effect July 5th. So they're doing the weird thing where they're giving you a month to get cards in cheaper at the old price tier, potentially to build up a backlog. I don't really know. It's confusing that they would give that much time as well. You would think if you were expecting to get a lot of cards at the old pricing level, that you wouldn't give people 5 weeks to get cards in at the cheaper value and get slammed with a huge backlog, which is what happened with PSA and some of the other grading. PSA, most notably, the price leak got out and they got hammered. Now, I don't see that happening with CSG. The flip side is usually companies raise prices when they want to limit submissions coming in. It's one of the levers that they can pull to help decrease incoming orders. And maybe CSG was starting to see an increase on orders. I honestly don't know, but their turnaround times have basically stayed the same. 40 days for bulk, and I believe it's working days, so that's business days. So that's basically 2 months. That's really fast for bulk. 25 days for economy, that's essentially a little bit over a month. That's pretty good. Standard at 15 and Express for 7. Now, I've never submitted to CSG, so I don't know how accurate those times are, but I believe they're fairly on point from everything that I've read and seen online. So it's not like their turnaround times are god-awful as is. So unless they saw a huge influx of orders recently with the new slab design, maybe that's part of it, and they want to get ahead of it. And if that's the case, then that's the case. That's what they're trying to do. I just don't know if that's the case or not. I'm very interested in knowing exactly how much incoming volume that they have going on. I don't know. Maybe they have a lot. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But it just seems like such a strange decision. The only thing I can think of is, and a few other people that I chat with pontificated on this as well. That's pontificate 3 times now in the same video. That maybe they ran the numbers and said this isn't going to hurt us that much in terms of number of submissions, but overall we'll come out more profitable because we're charging an extra $3 to $5 per card depending on the submission level. And even though we might lose a few, the amount of extra revenue that we're charging more than makes up for it. And that very well could be the case. Some number cruncher could have sat down and ran the numbers and said, hey, we're only going to get 900 cards now instead of 1,000 cards, but we make up the difference with the increased fees. And maybe that's the case, and it was as simple as a math decision as that. To me, from a marketing perspective, being the number 4 company and looking to try to gain market share and gain attention, and hey, send me your cards to get your slabs out there more, this seems like a weird look, in my opinion. It's definitely not going to encourage people that were already on the fence about sending to you to suddenly use you. The people that are already using you probably aren't going to be happy about this and could cause them, at least a certain percentage of them, will stop sending you some stuff. That's just a fact. There will be a small percentage that will at least be like, nope, we're done here. And you have to imagine a lot of the other grading companies are going to get cheaper. I think we see that coming sooner rather than later. PSA will be the first domino to fall, probably by the National. And then shortly after that, you'll probably see all the others fall in line with cheaper grading prices as well. So then to raise your price seems a little bit odd, unless this is just a short-term thing. Maybe I guess, here's the thing we're going to get in this real speculation territory now. The only reason I can think maybe they're raising prices, not the only reason, but one of the reasons that they could be raising prices is there's something else coming down the pipe that we don't know yet. And maybe it has to do, eBay Vault is coming very soon. Very, very soon. It's supposed to be announced this summer. I keep getting emails teasing it, so I have to assume that it's coming pretty quickly. What if, and once again, this is purely what if. I know nothing. This is pure speculation town. Population me. What if they're getting ready to open up through the authentication services that you can grade the card while it's at CSG? And they want to get pricing in place and maybe slow down incoming orders because they're assuming they're going to get bum rushed with that service. That's a possibility. I don't know for sure. Once again, total speculation on my part. Vaulted cards at this point can only be, to the best of my knowledge anyways, from what eBay has told us, they can only be $250 and up, and they have to be graded. So if you have raw cards moving through that you want to go to the eBay vault, what if you had the option that while they were at CSG for authentication, they could slab them for you and then ship them to the vault for you? Maybe something like that's in the works and they're trying to get ahead of the game before that happens. That is a possibility. We'll put the tinfoil hat on for that one. Once again, pure speculation on my part, just guessing here. The other thing, maybe they just want the more money. It could just be, sometimes it's just the obvious answer. I like to try to read into this stuff as much as humanly possible and jump to conclusions. And sometimes you jump and you're a little bit wrong. But it could just literally be as simple as, hey, we want to make more money per card. And maybe they reevaluated their profit margins, break even, all that business term mumbo jumbo nonsense, and said, hey, everything's gotten more expensive. We need to charge more for grading because people are more expensive, materials are more expensive, this, that, and the other thing's more expensive. We need to tack a couple bucks on, and maybe it is literally as simple as that. Regardless, curious for your thoughts and comments down below. Very, very interesting decision here by CSG to raise prices when really the only reason they're lumped into the big four is just because of their financial backing and name. It's not because of resale value. Resale value, they still hurt pretty good. Slabs are really, really nice. I have no issues with the slabs. I relatively trust their grading. It sounds like they've eased up a little bit on the grading, so it's a little more fair and not as much tough, but I don't have any personal experience with that. I'm just going anecdotally off of, the hobby social media platform and people complaining one way or the other. But yeah, curious for your thoughts. We'll see how this one shakes out. Interesting, very, very interesting. A grading company raising prices right now is definitely not something I had on the bingo card. So we'll catch you guys and girls on the next one. Peace.